Hi everyone, Alex here, continuing with the Revit from 0 to 100 series. Today we're going to be talking about finishes for doors, walls, and floors. We're going to start with wall finishes. We're going to focus on the exterior wall. We're going to do interior walls as well, but the interesting one is the exterior wall because I'm going to show you two different options. One of them is changing the specific color, selecting it, and then just changing the RGB colors. And then I'm going to show you another option where you acquire an image and then you use the textures and colors from that image. I like this one better, but I'm going to show you both methods in case you want to do the texture on your own in a more sophisticated way. Then we're going to jump into floor finishes. We're going to acquire the finishes for the Florida pine wood floor that we have in our house. And then I'm going to close with door finishes. Let's get started.
And remember, this video is part of our Revit Multitrade from 0 to 100 course. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, go ahead and watch them now, because if not, you're going to be completely lost. Hi everyone, this is Alex with BIMitUp, where we help you with professional training and coaching in mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection systems, and Autodesk platforms like Revit and AutoCAD MEP. Let's get started. We can actually unload that CAD file. Let's go to Manage, Manage Links, CAD format, and then click here and unload. Click OK. A lot cleaner, huh? Let's take one last look at our 3D view. Very nice. Look at that. Excellent. So we can actually get this door, and let's modify it. Let's go to Edit Type, because we know that this one is white. So let's go to the door material, Edit, and we'll go to the door panel. Let's duplicate Materials and Asset. Let's go to door panel, White. Let's click here on this stain color. Let's make it white. Click OK and OK. See how this is looking? Since this is looking so good, let's just paint the exterior walls. So there are a bunch of ways of doing this. One of them is simply clicking on a wall. Let's first create a material. So we go here to materials. For that, I'm going to show you a cool tip. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to take a snip of this area. Just like that. It's a little bit rough. I'm going to close this. I'm going to save this image under Finishes as exterior wall. We're going to go to Paint. And I'm going to take a snip of that. And I'm going to paste it here. You can come here and go to Pick Color. And then pick this color right here. And then if you click here, the color that you have selected is the color of the image. So you can take a snip of the color code. And then we can close out of here. We don't need this anymore. Now I'm going to come to this wall and I'm going to do Edit Type, and I'm going to go to Structure, and outside of the structure I'm going to insert another wall layer, and I'm going to call it Finish. It's going to be Finish 1, for example. So let's click here. Let's create a new material. New Materials and Asset, and let's call this Exterior Wall Paint. And I'm going to come here to the asset, and I'm going to type Paint. See if we find anything. There you go, Wall Paint. Now we can go Mate. And we can go with this one. And for now, let's use this gray. Then we can change it. So I'm going to click here, and this is replacing the asset. Right? So now, instead of this color, what I'm going to do is, you remember that image that I saved? You could change this code here to the RGB values that we just saw, which are 174, 183, and 182. And we'll click OK. I also want to go here to Graphics. I'm going to use the render appearance so that it inherits those same values. I know there's also a way to attach a picture to it so that it looks exactly like the image that we took. We go here, New Material, Create New Material, and let's rename it as Exterior Paint. And now this can be as simple as we come here to the RGB, we change our values to 174, 183, and 182, and we click OK. And then we typically want to go to Graphics and then use the render appearance so that it matches. So we click OK. You can click on any wall, and if you go under Modify, the Geometry panel, there's this button here that is Paint, or you can also type PT, and then you can see the little animation there. Boom, 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 boom. You can paint surfaces. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can click here on Paint. And now we should have our exterior paint available. Actually, it's selected right now. And then what you can do is, I think you can start clicking on the different surfaces. So boom, there you go, paint it. Boom, paint it. Boom, paint it. Boom, paint it. I'm gonna finish doing this. I'm gonna speed up the video a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you a different option. So that's one option. Another option is you can come here to your wall, type, and then go to edit type. And then here under structure, if you recall, under structure, we had concrete masonry units. You could create a copy of this and then duplicate materials and assets and then call this concrete masonry painted. And then here in the image, you can replace this image with the paint exterior wall image that we had from before. So we can click done, OK, and OK, and OK one more time. And now this looks exactly like our wall. Pretty cool, huh? You even get some texture on it. So I think I like this option better, but the tricky part is you have to do it for all the exterior walls that you have. So that's not a big deal. Now we can go here to edit type, and here we can simply change this with the concrete masonry painted. OK, OK, OK. There you go. And this type of wall, we also need to change it. Structure, concrete masonry painted. Okay, okay. There you go. Very good. I think I like this one better, but you know, your pick, your choice. And since we're at it, we might as well just change the interior finish to that nice Greek villa paint that we selected. So we can come here, edit type, structure, edit. We can go to finish, and then this gypsum wallboard, let's duplicate it, and let's call it painted. Now we can click on the source image, then we can click here on paint, interior wall paint. Oh, and that's awful. Let's see what happened with that. Well, that's why the image right now is this. So what we really want to do is go to the Sherwin-Williams website and find out what the real deal is. So I went to the Sherwin-Williams website, and this is the actual image for Greek Villa. So I'm going to save and overwrite. So instead of this image, let's overwrite with the interior wall paint, true color. Open. There you go. That's a lot better. Okay. And let's see how this changes. Okay. Okay. There you go. Beautiful. Since we're with finishes, let's go ahead and just change the finish of the floor, because initially we had this pine. So let's go to structure here, pine. But I don't like this image of the pine. So I'm going to actually select the actual image of the floor. So instead of using that, I'm going to go navigate to our location of the finishes. And here it is, pine wood floor. And this is the actual floor that we have. This is how it looks like. So I like this a lot better, and I'm going to remove this stain. Ours is not stained. I think the original Florida pine wood floor has a beautiful natural color. So let's just go OK, and OK, and OK. That's a lot better. See, so that's how our floor looks like. And then we're going to fine tune the window schedule in the schedule section. Okay. But for now, we're done with windows. It all paid off, huh? It looks really, really good. And then since we're at it, let's just change the color of the doors already. So edit type, door material, so door panel. We're going to change to door panel white. Okay, okay. Now let's change the frames as well. So edit, frame, door frame white. Okay, okay. And we have to do that for every type of door. So these are a little bit different. This has some glass in it. So I'm not gonna change this, guys. I'm gonna change this one. I'm going to change this one. I'm actually going to change the color of this wood, because that's not really the color. So let's go to door panel here. It's not really red birch, it's pine. So yeah, it looks a lot more like this, and it's not stained. So I'm going to remove the stain. Click OK. Click OK. Yeah, that's a lot more like it. But the frames are actually painted white. So let's go ahead and change that. This one's fully painted white, and this has some glasses. So let's see if we can find some doors that have some glass in it. For that, I'm gonna come to Insert and then Load Autodesk Family, and I'm gonna type door here. And then let's see. None of these. There we go. This one's exactly like the one we have. So load. Let's bring this 3. If anything, we just duplicate or we bring the other types. So now we click here and we click here. I'm going to change those to this 34 by 80, but we know that this one's 36 by 80. So let's do 34 by 80. And then we just do edit type. Then we duplicate. We change this to 36 by 80. And then we just change our width to 36. Click OK. And then the panel material of this one is not cherry. So let's just change to door panel white. I think we have one. Door panel white. There we go. There we go. Oh, and then also the frame material. Can use door frame white. And then the trim material. Let's also use door frame white. Very good. This one is 36 by 80. This one's also the 36 by 80. Now let's get rid of the other type because we didn't change. So doors. How's this one called? Door interior single full glass. So door interior single full glass. We're getting rid of all these guys. Delete. And we're good to go. Now make sure you visit BIMitUp.com. Over there you'll be able to log in if you already have login information, or if you want to become a member, you can sign up with Google, Facebook, or with your email address. And once you're a member and you're logged in, you have access to a lot of good features. You can access your bookings from here, you can go to my programs, and even some free ones that I offer there. I'm running a little bit of a scholarship program here because I don't want money to be the reason why you cannot develop professionally. So these are all the programs that I'm a participant on, and these are the ones that I have completed. So go ahead and visit BIMitUp.com. Becoming a member is free, but I do not run ads in any of my stuff. So the creation of the content is made possible entirely from patrons and other contributions. So if you can, consider subscribing. I'll leave a link in the description of the video, and I'll see you soon.